Insurance fraud in the UK is exploding, from staged car crashes and bogus injury claims to scam callers pretending to be your insurer. Today on ScamWatch UK, we're breaking down exactly how these fraudsters operate, how you could be targeted, and the critical signs that tell you something isn't right. So make sure you like, comment, share, and of course, subscribe to ScamWatch UK to stay ahead of the latest scams. When most people hear the term insurance fraud, they probably picture someone faking a broken leg to get some compensation. But the reality is much bigger and, honestly, much more dangerous. We're talking about things like crash-for-cash schemes, where criminals cause accidents on purpose. There are fake injury claims, false insurance applications where people lie to get cheaper cover, and the incredibly dangerous ghost brokers. We'll get to them in a moment. And then you've got scammers calling you up, pretending to be from your insurance company. In 2025, insurers are reporting that fraudsters are becoming more organized than ever. They're using fake identities, cloned phone numbers, and even stolen data to make claims worth thousands and thousands of pounds. Let's start with one of the most common scams on UK roads. The crash-for-cash scheme. This is where criminals deliberately cause accidents or stage collisions just so they can claim insurance payouts. There are a few ways they do this. The most common is slamming on their brakes for no reason, forcing the innocent driver behind them to crash into them. They'll often have fake passengers in their car who then all make bogus injury claims for things like whiplash. Sometimes, the car they're driving is already damaged before the staged crash even happens, so they can add that to the claim too. These gangs don't just cost insurers money, which drives up premiums for all of us. They put innocent lives at risk every single day. Another trend that's growing fast is fake injury claims. This is where fraudsters either massively exaggerate or completely invent injuries to claim thousands in compensation. They might say a minor bump caused debilitating back pain, or that a small slip resulted in a serious long-term injury. And sadly, some people get roped into this without even realizing it. They get pressured by dodgy claims management companies who promise them easy money for making a claim. These firms often cold call people after an accident and persuade them to add injuries to their claim, even if they weren't hurt. It seems like a victimless crime, but it funds organized crime and hikes up insurance costs for everyone. Now, let's talk about one of the most dangerous scams out there. Ghost broking. This is one of the fastest growing types of insurance fraud in the UK, and it mainly targets younger drivers looking for a good deal. So, what is it? Put simply, these criminals pretend to be real insurance brokers. They advertise super cheap car or home insurance online, usually through social media platforms like Facebook, Snapchat, or even messaging apps like WhatsApp. They'll take your money and give you what looks like a legitimate insurance certificate. But the policy is either completely fake, or it's been bought from a real insurer using stolen details and then cancelled immediately. The victims often only find out they've been scammed when they're stopped by the police or have an accident. Suddenly, they discover they're uninsured. This can lead to massive fines, points on your license, and even having your car seized on the spot. It's a devastating scam that leaves victims out of pocket and in serious legal trouble. The fraudsters aren't just on the roads. They're on your phone too. Scammers are now calling people, pretending to be from major UK insurers. They might spoof the company's real phone number to make the call look genuine. They'll say there's been an incident involving your policy, or that they need to update your file for security reasons. These calls are cleverly designed to trick you into handing over your personal details, your name, address, date of birth, and even your bank account information. Once they have this, they can use it to commit identity fraud in your name, taking out loans, credit cards, or even making fraudulent insurance claims that could ruin your reputation. So, how do you protect yourself from all this? The key is to look out for the red flags. First, if you're ever pressured into making or joining an insurance claim, that's a huge warning sign. Be very wary if you're asked to sign paperwork you don't fully understand. Be skeptical of social media ads promising cheap insurance that seems too good to be true, because it almost always is. If you get a quote for a policy that's significantly cheaper than anywhere else, that's another red flag for a ghost broker. Also, be suspicious of any unexpected calls or texts asking for your personal details. And if someone asks you to meet in person in a car park or a cafe to drop off documents, that is not how legitimate brokers operate. Remember, a real insurer will never ask you for sensitive details like your password or full bank details through a text message or on social media. So what should you do if you suspect you're being targeted by insurance fraud? First and foremost, if someone tries to involve you in a suspicious claim, walk away and don't engage. If you think you've been a victim of a crash for cash scam, report it immediately to the Insurance Fraud Bureau's cheat line. They have experts who investigate these gangs. If you get a suspicious call from someone claiming to be your insurer, hang up. Then, find the official phone number for your insurer from their website or your policy documents and call them directly to verify the call. Never, ever click on links in unexpected text messages claiming to be about your insurance. And finally, if you're buying insurance from a broker, always check that they are registered on the official Financial Conduct Authority or FCA register. It's a simple online check that can save you a world of trouble. Insurance fraud isn't a victimless crime. It's not just about money. It affects the premiums for every single one of us. And in the worst cases, it puts lives at risk. The best defense is to stay smart, stay alert, and share this video to help protect your friends and family from falling into these traps. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to ScamWatch UK for more essential scam alerts and fraud investigations. Stay safe, and I'll see you in the next video.